Good evening and welcome to 6 News. I'm Kara Protasio. With the recent deadly encounters between police officers and African-American males, residents here in Lawrence are calling for justice. 6 News reporter Paige Vaughn is live in the studio with the details. Paige. One organization honors a local woman for helping save the lives of others over many decades. Tonight, we share the story of a Lawrence woman who has helped many others give the gift of life. School is less than a month away, and before students hit the hallways, parents need to make sure their children are up to date on their vaccinations. Tonight, we explain why this time of year is the busiest for doctors everywhere. Applicants at the soccer complex facility believe that these fields behind me are the perfect location for the facility since it's right off of K10 and the soon-to-be completed bypass. It's demolition time at the Douglas County Fair, and people are ready to have a smashing good time. The boys live 4 blocks away from the school and use this tunnel as a way to avoid the busy intersection here at Louisiana and 27th. Officers use receivers like this one to listen for the sound, and as it gets louder to the transmitter, they can find the missing person. Good evening and welcome to 6 News. I'm Kara Protasio. Authorities claim that a Lawrence man abandoned his baby stepdaughter in a dumpster. In an update to a story we've been following, 27-year-old Marcus Jamal Young will face charges of attempted first-degree murder and child abuse. He is currently being held in Johnson County on unrelated charges. Earlier this month, Lawrence police were called to the country club on 6th Apartments with reports of a baby found in a dumpster. The 9-month-old girl spent 10 days in a Kansas City area hospital before being released to the state. The trial for one of 2 former Haskell students accused of rape is underway. Jury selection is completed in the case of Galen Sato. The 21-year-old is charged with sodomy and multiple counts of rape following a November 2014 incident in a dorm. Opening statements for the 7-day trial began this morning, and the state has started to present witnesses. 20-year-old Jared Wheeler is also charged. His trial in June was declared a mistrial. He will be back in court in December. The Lawrence Board of Education approved the proposed 2016-2017 budget for publication. In one of tonight's top stories, 6 News reporter James Ryan Roberts is live in the studio with the details. JR. Residents have 2 weeks to review the proposal before the next meeting on August 8th. While public comment will be taken at that time, board leaders say participation is generally very low. The roll call vote for the states helped Hillary Clinton officially clinch the presidential nomination, but not all votes were cast for the Secretary of State. 23 from Kansas delegates went to Bernie Sanders, only 14 went to Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, it was a dramatic start for the convention as the DNC publicly apologized to Senator Sanders. Recently leaked emails suggest the party worked to sabotage his presidential campaign. Die-hard Sanders supporters weren't convinced of the unity as they booed the convention chair. Sanders, on the other hand, pledged to stand with Clinton.
Based on her ideas and her leadership, Hillary Clinton must become the next President of the United States.
Sanders gave the final speech of the night. Immediately after, Republican nominee Donald Trump tweeted that Bernie has totally given up his fight for the people, but that his campaign welcomes voters seeking a better future. Well, outside the DNC, the White House is making cyber attack protection an increased priority. Homeland Security Advisor Lisa Monaco says Russia and China are developing more sophisticated cyber capabilities and that recent attacks on U.S. companies by Iran and North Korea prompt a response plan. President Barack Obama is set to release a policy directive that lays out 6 levels of security for attacks. From livestock exhibition and sales to lawnmowers and demolition derbies, there is lots to do this week at the Douglas County Fair. 6 News reporter Paige Vaughn explains how the annual fair is still a big hit for Douglas County residents. The Douglas County Fair runs until Saturday with the carnival beginning tomorrow night. To find the full list of events, head to our website 6lawrence.com and click on links. And we asked you on Twitter if you planned on attending the fair this year. 53% of you said no, only 34% of you said yes, and the rest of you said you were on the fence. And back to school is just around the corner, and to many guardians, that means a bust in the bank account. But local organizations are helping to bridge the cost. Stay tuned to learn the secret to school savings. Stephanie, the threat was big enough to warrant increased police security at the Tonganoxie School District and leave some parents and students on edge today.
On the stall, it said that was supposed to happen on March 2nd.
This wasn't a typical day at Tonganoxie High School. Increased police presence, all due to a threat found in the boys' bathroom.
My mom called me about halfway through the day, hey, is everything all right? Got this thing on Facebook. I didn't know what she was talking about at first because I hadn't heard the rumors up to that point.
Rumors in which someone violently threatened the lives of students and staff, and one in which 18-year-old senior Will Woodyard took seriously.
I didn't really want to be a part of anything, the what ifs, so I just decided to stay out of it.
He stayed at home, an option given to students so they would feel safe and in case the threat became a reality.
There's nothing funny about it. It didn't, it disrupted everybody's lives today. So I think that they need to stop and think about what the repercussions of their actions are going to be.
Leslie Dill's son is also a senior, and she says she's thankful for the increased security.
Having more police presence there is probably a good thing, just in case somebody really was planning to do something today.
Will says he's glad the police are at the school and that the threat was taken seriously.
Don't really like the idea of anyone thinking that it's funny to go and try to shoot up a school.
At a time when school shootings have become too much of a reality, the police are here at this school to make sure it doesn't happen. Now, Stephanie, there were several parents who said they were not informed of the threat, and even Will says he has no knowledge of the school district informing students of the danger. 6 News was told that several students did not go to school today. Now reporting live from the studio, Kara Potasio, 6 News.
There we go. Good job.
Lawrence resident Lorraine Canistra spends every day in her motorized wheelchair.
I have cerebral palsy, which means that I was born very prematurely. I was like 11 weeks premature. Yeah.
But she doesn't let her disability stop her from enjoying life, a condition that prevents her from living an independent life.
That I am dependent on other people to go anywhere or do anything.
A necessity that makes something as simple as buying a meal a chore.
I want to be able to sit in my house and say, wow, a cheeseburger sounds really good, and to be able to just go.
With the lack of properly kept sidewalks, Lorraine struggles to get anywhere on her own.
There's only certain places I can go, and then it just stops. There's potholes and uneven sidewalks and curbs that there's just no way to get around.
Like at 13th and Oregon, just 3 blocks from her home. Lorraine has trouble crossing the street because the curb isn't wheelchair accessible.
I wouldn't attempt this by myself. Whoa! Yeah. Too steep.
Which is why members of the Pedestrian Bicycle Task Force are pushing city officials to make sidewalks more accessible for residents.
I do believe there are more people in our community like that than most people are aware of.
So all residents like Lorraine can be able to get around Lawrence.
I want access to be able to go and meet people and do things that I can't do now and get more involved in the community.
Without the help of a caregiver. Kara Potasio, 6 News.